Looks like we got the camera running. Hey everybody, this is Jason McCumsey from Redbeard Rebuilding coming to you currently from the vise, which you can sort of see down here in the corner. What we have here is actually behind me that needs worked on, which are two high quality Nemeths. We have an 85 and a 90. Honestly, this 85 here, one with the pink on the end, is my favorite javelin. It just happens to be bent right now. Technically, so is the green one. The green one is actually kind of bent in two different spots here. Somewhere around here takes kind of an easy curve over. Then obviously once you get up top there, it goes and a hard curve. So my job today. Let me see. Has this one bent more than one way? So the 85 isn't bent as hard as the other one, but it is bent nonetheless. Now, I'm borrowing a lawnmower here, so that way I can make a sawhorse that I need. And my phone's ringing. Hold on a second. Hi. So hey everybody, Jason McCumsey, Redbeard Rebuilding coming to you currently. I think you guys can see that. I might have to change my angle, but we're going to be at the vise out here today because we have a slight problem. Technically, we got two slight problems. And if you want to count it, this one also has a bend down here. So we got a couple problems. I'm going to try to set you up here to see what we're doing. You guys are on the Jav cam, so we're trying to figure this out here. You guys can see the vise there. Now sadly I can't give you the top view for what I'm doing, but you can probably get the gist of where we're going with this. Alright, trying to get my tripod, or not my tripod, sawhorse in the right spot here, which is my lawnmower. That should be good there. Alright, now like I said, you guys are currently taped up to the Jav cam. Oops. Once I get this into the position I want it, I will move you to at least show you what I'm trying to do. You can probably get the idea. We have the tip is right about here, and the curve is then right about here, give or take. I'll show you in a sec here. And what we're going to do, since this is aluminum, we have to be very careful. If we overheat, we break. If we don't heat enough, we break. So we got to make sure that this is warm, but not, it's not like steel where we can make it cherry red and just do what we want. If this was a Nordic, it'd be easy peasy, but this is a Nemeth, so I have some slight issues that we got to watch for. So let me see here. Alright, you guys can see that there, the way I've got it set up. Let's get you back in the ground where you can see. I'm gonna fall over there. Hold on. Ta-da! Alright. Now I'm using just a little mini torch here that you can get from the hardware store. Nothing fancy. Get my cover out of the way. This is the side here with my crank, which that way is forward. Fire! Alright. And there is the plan to paint and such, so we don't have to worry about that. whole point of the heat is to take away the stress from the metal. We just want to slowly but surely straighten this out. We're going to get to a point where it's straight in the vise, but not straight that way, which is okay. So like I said, this is a slow process. What we're going to do, all right, you guys are still in good view here. So right, I'm just going to go ahead and do my magic. See, I can feel the tension right there. It wants to just swing itself back. Does suck that I got all over me. Until I was rolling around with the kids, I got stuff all over my shirt and I didn't even know it. Anyway, uh, we're slowly getting there. Slowly but surely. Alright, we're going to take it out here. Now, you can tell we still got some work to do, but it's definitely not as hard as it was. We got a little S in it, but that's to be expected. I'm going to try to take care of the little end up top. Get it situated on the thin side. But that's easy. So, trying to make sure. I know we're in a little bit of shadow, so it's kind of harder to see in some spots. Now, the problem you run into trying to straighten out a jav is that it's on a taper, and your vise is not. So sometimes you just gotta play with it, kind of move things around. Let's see what you can do. Let's see, this is open. Well, see, right now we went from having a hard turn to having a generally straight one, but obviously, so the heated spot here is now straight-ish. It's definitely a lot straighter. But now, down here, there's a bow. Now, I don't feel like that we need to get that heated up to fix. We just got to line it up right in the vise. Kind of wiggle things around a little bit. Now, my vise isn't moving the way I want it to here. So we're going to try a little hand movement instead of vise movement. Now, do I recommend anybody to just go and do this? No. Please don't. You're going to come back at me and yell at me for telling you to do it. I'm doing it because I've done it enough times that I feel I am capable and not going to break. Right now, we got some soft areas we need to worry about. So, right now it's a little too warm for me to bend it the way I want to. What we're going to do is we're going to let the pink one, the 85, cool down. And, whoop, we're going to go back to, we're going to start with the green one. You can definitely see how bad that is. Just going to do it the same way we did the last one. We're going to open up her bit. We're not worried about paint because we're going to repaint it. So we set it up the same way again. I got the tip out here at the end, paint on me, and that hard turn goes to about here. You guys can still see me, I'm just making sure. Goes to here and then down to the other bow. So we're going to straighten that one out now. Exact same way we did the last one. Oop. Definitely got rid of that tension, didn't we? That's good. See, it fell down solely because of the tension being loosened up in this aluminum. And that's what you got to do on these hard curves like this, is you have to just gently do things. And this one's moving real easy. Try to move it too straight, or too, when I say too straight, I mean I'm trying to make it, whoop, that's a little warm. Don't put your hand on it, it's hot. Alright. Need to make a locking mechanism on this mount so that way it can do what I want it to do here. So that's actually pretty good there. This one has the harder turn, harder bend down in here. Well, actually, sorry, it's up here. This is where the bend happens. It plays right, give or take in here. So what I'm going to do for this one, because of the taper, I'm not going to be able to do, I can't put it in the vise like I did for the other one. It's not going to do anything. So we're going to do, level it out, and we're going to squeeze it here. So right about here is what's being held in tension. So we're going to heat up right in here, get it loose, and hopefully be able to wiggle things around a little more. Paint came right off, so that's no big deal. Come on now, go where I tell you to. It's not moving as well as I'd like. So then we're going to do this one without the vise. See if we can try to raise you guys up a little bit. Let's see. Whoops, sorry for the wiggle. Sorry for the wiggle. So there's a good general bend right about where my second heat is. but down into this green area down in here. It's all like up and right in here. I don't want to make it too easy to bend, and we're gonna, we don't want to bend the opposite direction. Then we're gonna make S's. We don't want S's. I'm sure you guys can see the smoke coming off of that, which is why I'm downwind, or excuse me, I am downwind of it. Yeah. What's technically burning is, there we go. That was nice. That happened real nice. All right, I'm gonna try and do this. I don't know if it'll work because of focusing and such. Um, you can tell we still got a little bit to go. I want to stop now while it's as warm as it is. Um, we're definitely a lot better than what we were. I'm gonna try and check it here myself. Yeah, that big curve is definitely taken care of. We still got a little bit of that small curve to deal with. Plug that one back in the ground. So now on the pink one, I don't know, like I said, I don't know if this camera is able to pick it up. Uh, you can tell right there she's curving out to the inside of my screen. Might be the outside of you, I'm not entirely sure. Uh, which is down in here. So what we're gonna do is make that nice and hot or warm and try to straighten her out. Like I said, I'm standing downwind from this because there is, now I might have told you in a different video, um, Nemeth puts a body filler of sorts or a spray filler of some kind in various spots on their javelins uh, that I have to replace when we rebuild something like this because it's just the heat is just boiling it off of the aluminum. So uh, yeah, so it's definitely, that's what's smoking right now. You know, when you saw it. Stay there. So I don't know how well you can see that coming off of there, but that's good. Smoky. Alright, so what we're doing is we're putting the curve down onto that piece of wood and pushing down. And that is actually fairly decent. I still got a little bit on the tail of it. Sometimes rolling it is a useful tool to try to just even it out. Like I said, we got things looking better now. I got a little bit of bend in there on the end of the tail. There's a slight S to it, which I'm going to try and roll out. Find that that's easier when you get to that point. Uh, but yeah, so that is going to be my short video of the day. Not sure if it's short or not. I don't know how long I've been going on. But I wanted to come on and show you guys a little bit of that. And I'm talking and you're looking at my gut, so I apologize. I'll find my head here. There we go. Uh, I had to film things going landscape-wise, uh, just because I couldn't fit you in otherwise. So that's a little different for me. See how it turns out on the YouTubes. Um, yeah, but I wanted to show you guys what happens when I get a bend. Now those were bad. Normally we don't get them that horrible, but sometimes you do, and those are 13, 12, $1,300. So very pricey jabs that you don't want to have to buy again because something happened to them in shipping or however. Um, so I know these guys travel for college, at least within the states. So yeah, I wanted to get you guys on here and show you a little bit of that. So uh, at some point we'll get to the end and I'll show you what type of paint job we did, because now I don't have to match the colors, but they wanted me to do something like it. So purple, yellow, pink, and green. So let's throw something together, figure something out, um, and have some fun with it. So that is my video. You guys stay safe, throw far, take care of yourselves and each other.